Welcome back to the Big Red F. I've been up in Michigan now that the house is up for sale down in Texas. My wife had asked for a new snowblower, so sort of a family Christmas gift. This is going to be my first time taking it out. It's electric, it's Ryobi. We're a Ryobi house. I know there's a lot of PC versus Mac in terms of the whole cult of DeWalt and Milwaukee and Ryobi. Ryobi's been good to me down in Texas with all my tools, so we went with Ryobi for the snowblower. Here I am trying to figure out how to start it and work it. I mean, it is pretty straightforward, but it's new, and I get it started. And I had the speed up a little high, it got a little away from me, but I'm ready to get going. So let's move on to the rest of the driveway. I've got it in reverse here, which the reverse gear is pretty slow. Obviously, I guess they don't want you to run yourself over, but it is very slow even at full reverse. I did find it easier to do the turns while it was actually powered on, but usually powered on in the minimal forward. I'm getting the chute lined up as I don't want to shoot the snow towards the house. We did that one year and covered the screens of the kitchen window in snow, and that took forever to melt. So I'm pointing away, and I've got it turned up. And as you can see, my neighbor is also taking this opportunity to go out and snowblow. So there's usually a lot of us out sort of around the same time, and this is all sped up video here of me going back and forth. The whole thing for the driveway took me probably about 35 minutes in total. I probably could have gotten it done closer to 25 or even 20 minutes, if not for some false starts on forgetting, left and right hand does what, as well as if I had remembered always to, after I was done turning around, to speed it all back up. I stopped for a second to turn the camera to get this shot of the driveway here, but yeah, I mean it works pretty well. I only have 2 of the batteries in. In the end, I only end up using about probably just over half of the charge of 2 of the batteries. So there's 2 on the charger right now, and then I'll swap them when I'm done here. I did stop and take a picture from the road of what the driveway looked like there. So that's the driveway all cleaned off. As you can see, quite a bit of snow gets onto the snowblower itself. So I'm going to go ahead and sort of brush it off a bit. But really I need to sort of shovel around as to try and make sure I'm not bringing in a ton of snow into the garage, and so I'm going to back it up so that I can kind of shovel and get as close down to the concrete as possible, so that I can then brush it all off and not then in turn track more snow back into the driveway, as it really doesn't move well when it's not being powered up. So the next little bit will be me actually brushing off the snowblower, which again, I highly recommend brushing it off as much as possible, because once it's in the garage, if that's where you happen to store yours, a considerable amount of water will end up melting. If we get enough water in the garage, we call it Lake Benner. But I will say I'm tempted to use the brush that we use for our car, only because I feel like the angles on that are better than this one. The sort of hard plastic side that I'm using there to get sort of in between the blades and whatnot, that was pretty useful for knocking out large amounts of the snow. But again, when it comes to the actual brush, I feel like the angle and the size of the brush on the one that we use to wipe off the car is better. And then here's the batteries. This thing does make a considerable amount of noise while it's charging, so just FYI. Don't forget to like and subscribe.